So folks, we're going to go live. We are live. We're going to start the show at the top of the hour. I'm in the process now of sending out our SMS, our text, our link to our SMS subscribers. And if you want to receive alerts of our live videos, of our produced videos, get out your phone and text the word AutoConverse to 64600. And that will get you these links right to your
646 what?
64600. So the keyword is AutoConverse, and you can text that. And we're sending out that text right now, everyone, to let you know. So you guys, you just witnessed the latest video from Mr. Bow Tie Terrance out of Dallas, Dodge. And as you saw from our show promos, Bow Tie is going to be joining us live in just a few moments, along with Mr. Patronn from Brooklyn Mitsubishi. So welcome everybody to AutoConverse. You are watching AutoConverse on Air, which is our live weekly broadcast. And today is Wednesday, September 5th. I'm Ryan Girardi, your weekly host. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time here, then hopefully it's a great show for you. And if this is not your first time, if you are repeat, it's great to have you back, taking time out of your busy day to spend pretty much a quick 30 minutes with us here live. Now, we do record this, and our real objective here is for the podcast. If you're into podcasting, please search for AutoConverse in your preferred podcasting app. We launched the podcast in March, and we've been growing month after month, and I announced that just on our last episode. That we're reaching our goals, and it's really fascinating to see and appreciate all of your support in doing that, and appreciate everyone that's come on here and shown their face, so and shared their personality and their wisdom. So as I mentioned, we've got Patronn from Brooklyn Mitsubishi. He's a managing partner there, recently won the Mitsubishi Centurion Challenge, which we'll be talking about in a few minutes. He's also host of the Patronn Show, which you can find at lpatronn.com, and that's Patronn with 2 N's. And then Bow Tie is here with us as well. He does internet sales at Dallas Dodge, and Bow Tie is known for his hip hop videos that he produces, which helps him sell cars. And in the one that we just showed, that featured his colleague Darren Haley, I think it was, so I guess that's Bow Tie's new protege. So in a moment, we're going to be bringing them on. If you could give me just a second here, I want to talk real quick about today's sponsor, Flick Fusion. If you keep up with us, let me share my screen for everybody here. Flick Fusion is today's sponsor. We recently launched I'm going to mute you guys real quick. There we go. So Bow Tie and Patronn are waiting backstage. I just muted because there was a lot of background noise there. So Flick Fusion, we did a webinar with them just about 2 months ago in July called Video Marketing for Auto Retailers, and there's a lot of great content in there. And so what we did is we packaged that up and made about a collection of videos. It's really an educational series. So you'll see us, you can find this under the education tab on autoconversion.net. Go there, you can watch the 2-minute intro, but fill in your information. And what that'll do is it'll get you a link and it'll be sent to you via email, which allows you to access the whole collection of videos that you see here. It's broken into 4 parts. So part A, B, C, and D, to video or not to video. We talk about video types. We have a discussion about that. And that's where El Patronn and Bow Tie are also featured, because these guys, along with a few others that are mentioned there, but these guys are really leading the way with doing what personality videos that feature them and feature their dealership and help them grow their business and their network. And so that's why these two have agreed to come on and talk about that with us. Part C gets into equipment and lighting and editing software. And part D gets really techy, high tech, if you will. Talk about hosting, distribution, controlling the experience, how to utilize the data. And then we get into the future of video as well. So look for that on autoconversion.net. Just go to the education tab up there and look for the series by Flick Fusion. All right. So last week we did not have a show. We took a week off, anticipation of Labor Day weekend, and just kind of taking a break for the summer. So we did take that week off. The week before that, we had Chris Vester on. He's COO of Hubert Vester Auto Group. And in that conversation, we got talking about management and leadership in auto retail, and then got into a conversation about online retailing, which was stemmed from a solution that he's introducing to the auto industry called GoGo Car. So look for that to come out soon on the podcast. The week before that, we had Cliff Banks. We're talking about CDK's partnership with Lyft Concierge and integration with Fortellis. Also, Cox's acquisition of Clutch Technologies to accelerate Cox's formation of their mobility as a services division. So both of these podcasts will be out this week. And we did just launch, prior to the weekend, our on-air broadcast that featured Pete Peterson and Andrew Myers from Dealers United, talking about Facebook advertising and the use of video. So there you go. Well, gentlemen, Bow Tie, El Patronn, let's go ahead and bring you guys on.
Yo, yo.
There we go. There's the famous faces. Bow Tie, what's up?
What's going on?
El Patronn from Brooklyn. Guys, it's good to have you here. And folks, this is what I love about AutoConverse on Air, is it allows folks who have been interacting with each other digitally and socially to come together often for the first time. So you guys know of each other, but this is your first time really getting in a virtual setting together, right?
Absolutely.
Sir.
So we just looked at your video, Bow Tie, and in a little bit I want to really kind of dig into some of that process with you. But El Patronn, just a little kudos. You guys recently won the Mitsubishi Centurion Challenge. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, basically what it is guys, it's one of the most prestigious awards for Mitsubishi. Centurion stands for 100, to hit 100 cars. So, we hit it back in March, and, I was challenged that I wasn't going to hit it again. So I said, okay, let's try this again. And last month we finished with number 5 in the country with 101 Mitsubishi. So it was a great effort for the team, and we made it happen. You know what I mean?
Now, is it new and used or all new?
No, only new. That's only for Mitsubishi.
Okay, so that's good. That's
good.
Yeah. That's good. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It's a good accomplishment, and I definitely want to get into what it takes to to achieve that from your side. Tell us a little bit about the El Patronn show. You and Bow Tie make very different videos, so give us an idea of what the El Patronn show is about and how that ties into Brooklyn Mitsubishi.
El Patronn show, basically, it's me, right? I'm El Patronn, and this is pretty much my show. So my story. So, it's all about content. And right now, I don't think people in the automotive industry understood kind of content a little bit. And a year ago, I decided, I'm going to go all out and I'm going to make all this content, whatever it is, whatever comes out. And we just blew up. And I wanted to put Mitsubishi Brooklyn Mitsubishi on the map, and I did just that.
Now, how long ago did the El Patronn show get conceived?
El Patronn show started a year ago.
Okay. Now, were you doing something similar before that, just without the brand?
No, at all, not at all.
Okay. Now, is this something like you're sitting on the couch, you're like, oh, I'm going to launch the show, or was it a long time coming?
It just happened that way, you know. We just went with it, and just something just kept going and kept going and kept getting a lot of views, and you know, a couple of videos went viral, and we just said, hey, I think we're onto something here. And I understood social media a little bit more. I took some classes on it, and I think people, you know, are afraid of social media a little bit, my opinion.
Well, not everybody's comfortable getting on camera, that's for sure.
Well, that's the hardest part, you know, press record. And I'm very easy, as you can see, doing it.
Yeah, just got to get it done. So Bow Tie, how about yourself? You came up with the name Bow Tie, you know, specifically for this, or did you have that name before?
Actually, Bow Tie was gifted to me, but it was gifted to me because I started wearing bow ties. When I got in the car business, I just said, you know what, I was going to wear bow ties because I know how difficult it is for anybody to remember names.
Okay.
So if you come in and you don't buy from me, or if you come in or if I meet you, whatever, and you forget my name, if you come back and just ask for the guy, you know, the guy was wearing the bow tie, you know, they'd find me. That was my idea behind it, and then the name Bow Tie just came from there.
And now it's in your lingo when you do your raps and your verses and your videos.
Yeah. I didn't see it coming.
No, that's cool. That's cool. It's not, you know, sometimes you can't design this stuff, right? It just has to evolve and form naturally. So El Patronn, LinkedIn, I mean, you're a dealer. I know 2-3 years ago, I didn't see many dealers utilizing LinkedIn for retail purposes, let alone for B2B purposes. You're pretty avid on LinkedIn for both, I would assume. You have something like 24,000 followers on LinkedIn. How long? Connections. Okay. Because people can follow you and you don't have to connect with them.
That's right. That's right.
And LinkedIn just shows, they just call them all followers.
Yes.
How long have you been working at that?
About the same time. I started about the same time. I think me and Bow Tie like pretty much 1 and 2 when it comes to LinkedIn, putting content out there.
Okay. So to get a connection, you actually have to accept the request. So that's a lot of clicks that you have to make.
It is.
Where do you find the time to do that?
When I'm at the gym, when I'm waiting for something, you know, it's just, I get a lot of requests every day, right? And it's just a matter of what you're putting out there, and it comes back to you. So, you know, if you put in content, people's gonna want to know, people's gonna want to click. I mean, you know, I got 30,000 views, you know, just like in less than 24 hours. So people are engaged because everybody's watching videos nowadays, and that's really where the industry is going. So, you know, everybody's just watching videos. So I just put a lot of content out there, and it comes back to me, and everybody wants to be engaged with what it is that I'm talking about.
Is it fair to say LinkedIn plays a pretty big role in your retail efforts?
Say it again.
I said, is it fair to say that LinkedIn does play a significant role in your retail efforts?
It has changed my life for good. I can tell you that right now. I don't know if Bow Tie can say the same, but the opportunities that have come along, it's I can't even like tell you how grateful I am over it.
That's really great to hear. I mean, I'm a huge LinkedIn fan from a B2B standpoint,
Yeah.
you know, professionally.
Yeah.
I don't have a consumer facing experience. So it's just great to hear that you're able to utilize that. I've always said in my conversations, I'm like, you know, dealers, most of your customers are LinkedIn users. I think something like 60 to 70% of your customers are probably on LinkedIn. So why are we not connecting with them there? Why is it always about Facebook and LinkedIn?
Right.
LinkedIn and Facebook are two different platforms. So you have to utilize them, I think, you know, distinctively.
What people don't understand is like your followers become your clients later on. You know what I mean? And if you're building that platform, you know, I have 500,000 followers by the end of the year, and people's like, you know, what are you gonna do with all those followers? I'm selling them cars. You know? Having me private, every day because I post so much content and about cars and everything like that. And so they want to buy a car from me, and that's what I wanted to do. Said, listen, if you want a car, any car, you have to buy it from me, bottom line, and have worked for me. And it's working for me right now. You know, we're on track for 400 cars this month, new and used.
Bow Tie, how about yourself? Do you find you lean more towards Facebook versus LinkedIn, or vice versa, or pretty equal for you?
I actually Instagram is what I use predominantly.
Yes.
But I didn't start using LinkedIn until March of this year.
Okay.
And so but although I use Instagram predominantly, I get more of a greater response from LinkedIn out of all three platforms. LinkedIn provides the greater response from connections or just views. Like I'll get like tremendously ton more views than on LinkedIn and any other platform. But you gotta, there is a huge distinction in the members of these sites. The content, you know, you can use same content, but you know, it has to be a little different on each one of them.
Yeah, I want to ask you that. One, I don't even know if it's a challenge. One problem I find, particularly on Facebook, is we have all these Facebook groups that are industry specific to automotive. And you get people that make, whether it's videos or live feeds or memes or whatever, and they tend to post them to all the same places, but it's all on the same platform. When you bring Instagram into the mix, you got LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, maybe even Twitter. Some of those people are following in both places, but a lot of those people are only going to be attracted to you on Instagram. Are you making content that is specific to the platform, or are you taking the same content and putting it everywhere?
Well, my videos I put everywhere, but I'm not as handsome as El Patronn, so I don't stay in front of the camera. I'm not on camera as much. I do a lot of I'm more of a written communicator than a verbal communicator.
And dancing, we see you dancing a lot.
Yeah, I do a little dancing. I leave most of the dancing to Darren, but I do. I reach people verbally. So with my context that I type, that I text, I have a greater response that way. But the stuff that I say on Facebook versus Instagram is completely different.
Okay. Yeah, it's a different orientation. Now, El Patronn, you going into YouTube, you've got, if I recall, about 600 to 700 subscribers, but your video views are in the tens of thousands.
Yes.
What's driving that? Do you know?
I mean, it's certain things I create, and make it look easy, right? But sometimes I make like 90 videos in 1 week, and because of my schedule and my content, I got to create it. I already have content for December, and people are like, how do you know what's gonna happen in December? But I have content for December, believe it or not. So some of the stuff go viral. Some of the stuff is just, silly stuff like bloopers and things like that come out quirky, and I'll make it into a blooper. So it's just a matter of, I want to dominate, right, in this space. And right now, there's nobody in Brooklyn or in New York that can dominate the amount of click-throughs that I'm getting because of so much content putting out there. So I'm constantly, having people engage into my videos. And I do a lot of Facebook Lives. I try to go live once a day. Before it was once a week. Now I'm going to step it up and do it twice a day, because there's a lot of things that come across, ideas that I want to share with everybody. The reason why people is engaged because I fired my ad agency a year ago. Okay. And I said, I'm going to do it without an ad agency. And they're like, how's that possible? So to this day, I still don't have an ad agency. That's why everybody knows what the secret is. You follow?
I do. And that's really key what you just said. I'm sure ad agencies watching this or listening might be cringing, but they
want me to share my secrets with them. And,
But it sounds like what you're saying is just produce. Just is most of your content live?
Yeah.
You do a lot of pre-recorded and then.
No, I do a lot of pre-recorded. Yeah.
Okay. But you do a lot of live stuff too.
I do a lot of live stuff too. Yes.
And I mean, you're not just constantly like, hey, buy a car. We got this going on. You're getting into, interpersonal stuff, tips of the day. You're really speaking to people in a
Yeah.
broader sense. And
It's
that
more
maybe that's
motivational stuff that I listen to. You know, if I like a video on YouTube, I want to make sure I share that with everybody. Like it impacts me, so I want it to impact other people. You know what I mean? Like I want to help others and I want to share it. That's why I have something coming up, also something pretty big as
well,
well.
that seems to be what the masses do want. They want people to be transparent, to be open and share themselves and put their personality there. That's why I started using the term personality videos, because that's what you're doing. You're getting your personality out there and letting people identify with you in that sense.
Listen, the fact that authenticity is what people like, right? So I decided to put my whole life out there. Brooklyn Mitsubishi doesn't pay me to be a sponsor of the store, to be the face of the store, but I decided to put, my children, my wife, my kids, everything that I do, my workout videos. I just decided I'm gonna go all out, and it has the biggest reward that has done, not just money wise, but just the fact that people share stuff with me and send me a text, hey, you inspired me this morning, or I didn't want to go to the gym, but you're on my face every morning and you make me want to go work out. So those are the things that I look for. You know what I mean?
And people, they must be looking forward to what you say.
They
What's coming next from El Pacifico.
Right. That's why there's so much more being creative, because they're so engaged with the content, and people just don't understand how social media really work and how powerful it could be.
Sure.
It's very powerful.
Now you've definitely tapped into that. Now Bow Tie, very different video. I'd love to, if you could spend a minute just telling us about the production process. Are you agonizing with the ideas and writing? How much prep is going into it? What's that production process like for you?
I'm just a creative thinker. I'm very analytical. I I don't try to like come up with these lyrics. They just come to me, and then I say, you know what? I just write. It'll take me 20 minutes, and I'll have 60 seconds worth of lyrics, and then I find little beats, or I'll try to find songs that people are more popular, and then I'll use the beat to that song, and I'll just rewrite the words to words about selling cars. I don't get there's a lot of people out who's kind of jumping on the wave, making rap videos about cars and stuff. What makes mine a little different is I don't go into selling any specific car. I don't talk about features, functions, or benefits. I just talk about making car deals, because that's what I do. All I do is make car deals.
Yeah.
Get into the cars and whatnot. Product specialist. I have it, but so I talk about the car deals. I find the song I have on my MacBook. I didn't even know I knew how to do this stuff, but I figured out how to record my voice over the beats and how to do ad libs. I figured all this stuff out about the same time as El Patronn started. It was about a year ago.
Yeah.
And then I got a whole cast, man. I got coworkers that they do the video with my iPhone 10. I got a buddy of mine. He's from Atlanta as well. He moved down here. He get my drone shots. And then I just sit down on iMovie. And then
you do it all on iMovie, huh?
Do it all on. Once I get all the video, I sit down on iMovie, and I put it together somehow. Like this particular video, I wanted to kind of highlight the sales process. From the meet and greet to delivery. So you can see right here, it's a little investigation, right?
You take the viewer on a journey. Yeah. I mean, that's very evident. You're walking them through. This is the experience. So I guess my question is, if someone's buying a car from you, is Bow Tie and Darren going to pounce on them and start dancing in front of you?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Darren doesn't need my help, man. Darren gets more people to come into the dealership that aren't, and these leads are not provided by the dealership. Like Darren generates more of his own business than anybody that I've met.
Now, let me ask you a technical question. You can see here, folks, 28,617 views on this video we're looking at that's been up there for less than a week. Okay. 113 comments, 621 likes. That would cost on Facebook probably close to $1,000 to create that level of engagement. I mean, a click alone can cost around $1. So this is phenomenal organic reach you have here. When you look at the views, you can see who who is looking at this content. Um, is it? Can you tell that you're reaching your demographic, your customer?
Here recently, I didn't know anything about. Like I said, I just stumbled into this stuff, man. I about 2 or 3 months ago, I started like looking into how you can, look into the analytics. But I haven't spent a whole lot of money, trying to reach or target any demographic yet. So, I guess once I get it all down packed, you'll see those numbers go up.
Well, it's going to come down to your connections. It's the people that you connect with. So you're probably connected with a lot of industry folks, but as long as you're connecting with your customers,
Right.
then those views. Now, if somebody shares your video, you won't see the reach and the analytics that it produces. If they comment on it, then it'll stay on there. Do you think about things like that, El Patron? Like,
I'm always constantly watching, the results, of course. I mean, I'm a premium member with LinkedIn, so it goes a little bit more further. I know exactly where my most of my viewers are, believe it or not, and I
Good.
target it that way as well. So, there's a lot of people down south that see my stuff, our stuff, and yeah, we like to see exactly if it's working or not, right? Well, right now it seems to be working. So.
No, it's definitely working, and you guys are getting the I think accreditation. I don't even know the word. You're getting the recognition
Okay.
from folks.
Well, it wasn't really the idea at the beginning. We just ran with it, and now we're here a year later.
No, I mean it's noticeable. It's noticeable work. So appreciate you guys coming on to share kind of some of the behind the scenes aspects to what you're doing. Commend what you're doing, and appreciate you taking time to be here, guys.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So we'll let El Patronn and Bow Tie go. They got dealerships and businesses to run over there. So guys, you're welcome to stop your videos and we'll touch base. And you're welcome back anytime, like I said before, to come chat with us. Have a great day, you guys.
Thank you.
Again. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, Terrance. Nice to meet you, bro.
Yes, sir. Go get that 400.
All right.
So there you go, folks.
Done.
El Patronn, Bow Tie Terrance, good stuff. I'm experimenting today. I've got you see me keep looking up. I'm using my iPhone as a monitor so that I can look at the camera more often. Hey, just to wind things down, coming in here, I did want to announce the winner of our ticket giveaway for for Driving Sales Executive Summit coming up in October. And we've awarded those tickets to Gray Scott. And if you know Gray Scott, he came on recently to AutoConverse on air. And we talked about his new Honda Accord ad that, definitely I think is kind of a game changer, sets a new precedent for dealership advertising. So we did award those tickets to Gray Scott, and we will be announcing soon our winners for the digital dealer 25 soon as well. So actually, my bad. We do have a winner. Let me get here. This just in. We do have a winner for Digital Dealer 25, Tiffany Simonson, who's a big fan of AutoConverse on air, who's been real supportive of what we do, spreading the word and coming on to our shows. And so, Tiffany, you've been awarded Digital Dealer 25, 2 free dealer passes. And Tiffany just started at Larry H. Miller. So those will definitely come in handy for her and a colleague to join. So thanks everyone for participating. And by the way, we did get a really nice comment from somebody on our iTunes, up on iTunes about the podcast. He or she did not reach out to me personally to identify themselves. So I don't know who left it. I just know their handle is Pokharim, Pokharim, says, AutoConverse gives you some great thinking points about the ever-evolving world of automotive and mobility. You won't hear the same ideas, thoughts, and topics retread every week. You get variety and some out-of-the-box thinking. Recommend for anyone in the industry to add ideas or thought process. So thank you for that review. That's actually our first review. We need to get some more reviews. So if you are a listener, head on up to the iTunes store or Google Play or wherever And please leave us a review there. Also, go to our company Facebook page, AutoConversion, and you can leave us a review up there as we do more giveaways. I want a couple announcements as we wind down here. Let me share my screen. We have a couple new features on the company website. So if you go up to autoconversion.net, under the education tab where we were earlier, there is now a calendar of virtual web events. And what you see in here is the lineup that we have for each show. So if you click on today's, you'll see we have El Patronn and Bow Tie Terrance. There's information so that you can sign up. You don't have to sign up for each show individually. You sign up for On Air one time, and that gets you access backstage anytime that you want. Next week, we have a special edition with Amanda Ryan, longtime fan of the program. She's coming on. She's director of social media at Build a Brand, along with Cameron Moore, who also is at Build a Brand. And Terry Lancaster, who's host of the Get You Some radio show, will be joining us for a discussion around self-marketing and branding in auto retail. So we're going to kind of carry what we're talking about today with El Patronn and Bow Tie more on the video side of things. Now we're going to get to more of some of the strategic and social selling aspects related to that. But look on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are rolling out a new concept called the Mastermind Series. And pretty much most Tuesdays and Thursdays, we will have an educational mastermind, and we'll have 2 or more guests on talking about different things. So on the 13th of this month, we have used car marketing strategies mastermind, and we have Aaron Gomez, Ricky Bomar, Brent Farron, all dealers that are on the used car side of the business coming on to have a mastermind about specific things related to the used car business. So check out the calendar. There's lots of stuff like that. If you're interested in coming on and being part of a mastermind panel discussion, talk to me. I'd love to get your ideas and have you up here. If you're interested as a brand and being involved with the narrative, then come talk to me as well. And finally, last announcement, if you go to autoconverse.com, we are moving. We're going to be phasing out the Blog Pro Automotive blog that was my first blog that I started in 2006. And we're moving all of the AutoConverse related content that we were putting up there. We're moving it to autoconverse.com. So you'll see that under future transport, you'll see automotive. And there's a new tab for On Air because we record these shows and we release them as videos. And there's a whole new section there for AutoConverse On Air. So this show will be up there eventually as well. Well, that's about a wrap, everyone. Thank you again for being here. And again, if you're listening to the recorded version on the podcast, thank you for doing that as well. I'm going to go ahead and end today's show. We'll see everybody next week, same time, same place. Have a great rest of the week, everyone.